Hello students, I am Latika Likha and I have been working with Ask IITians for the past 2 years as mathematics faculty. So I will be taking up the topic of matrices and determinants today, in which I will be taking up matrices today, right? So in matrices we have got 3 subtopics: definition, order of a matrix and the various types of matrices. So first of all we will be beginning with the matrix. You all must be knowing what exactly a matrix means. So what do you mean by a matrix? A rectangular arrangement of numbers, or we can say an array, right? A rectangular arrangement or an array of numbers in rows and columns is called a matrix. This arrangement is generally denoted by either this kind of bracket or this kind of bracket, and the matrix is denoted by capital letters while its elements are denoted by small letters. So suppose I write A equal to this bracket, say A, B, C, D. This is a matrix. Or simply maybe A equal to 5, this is also a matrix. So we have an example of matrix. This is the most general form of a matrix. A equal to A11, A12, A1n, so on, AM1, AM2, AMn, right? This matrix is written as A equal to Aij, where it has m rows and columns. I will be explaining this topic in detail in the next slide. This is an m cross n matrix and consists of mn elements. So next we have order of a matrix. What do you mean by order of a matrix? See, we have already seen this example in the last slide. A equal to A11, A12, A1n, AM1, AM2, AMn, right? This matrix is written as A equal to Aij m cross n. Now see, when we write A equal to Aij m cross n, this m stands for the number of rows while this n stands for the number of columns. So when I speak A equal to Aij m cross n, I mean the element ijth element, that is the element of ith row and jth column. For example, we have an example for the order of a matrix. A equal to this matrix. See, this is the first row, this is the second row. You all must be knowing what are the rows and the columns of a matrix. This is the first column, this is the second column, this is the third column, right? So number of rows 2 cross number of columns 3. This becomes the order of a matrix. Let us take another example. A equal to say 5, 1, 3, 4. Number of rows is 2, number of columns is 2. So this is the order of a matrix, simple. Now we have types of matrices. See, types of matrices are also very simple and you all, maybe most of you must be knowing it. Lekin the main confusion that arises here is, once you learn all the types of matrices, you might get confused between various, right? When we talk of types of matrices, the basic thing on which they are classified is either depending on the size, or maybe we can say order of matrix, and secondly on the basis of nature or kind of elements that a matrix has. So what are the various types of matrices? We'll be discussing each one of them in detail. First is the zero or the null matrix, square matrix, scalar matrix. Then we have lower or upper triangular matrices, which can together be termed as triangular matrices. Next, diagonal matrix, identity matrix, or horizontal or vertical matrices. Okay, now we begin with the first one, that is the zero or the null matrix. As the name suggests, zero matrix means something to do with the zero element, right? So a matrix whose all elements are zero, see, all elements are zero, is called a null or a zero matrix. Like we have this matrix A equal to 0, 0, 0, so on. So we can simply write it as this or maybe this. This is a zero matrix, simple. Okay, next we have equal matrices. What do we mean by equal matrices? Again, as the name suggests, equal matrices means the matrices which are equal. So two matrices A equal to Aij or B equal to Bij are said to be equal, that is A equal to B, if and only if each element of A is equal to the corresponding word is extremely important here, note it, corresponding element of B, that is Aij equal to Bij for 1 is less than equal to I less than equal to M, and 1 is less than equal to I is less than equal to Y is less than equal to J is less than equal to N, right? So what does this mean? See, first thing is, when we have if and only if, that means it is a two-way condition. We can write it as A equal to B if and only if this condition holds good, right? That means if we have A equal to B, that will imply Aij is Bij for every Ij, and if we have Aij equal to Bij for every Ij, then that will imply A equal to B. So this is an if and only if condition. You must have understood this, quite simple. Next we have square matrices. Square matrices are extremely important as they are the basis of various other types of matrices too, right? Square matrices means when we have m equal to n. What does m stand for? M is the number of rows. We have already discussed it earlier. This is the number of columns, right? So if we have a matrix of the type A equal to A11, A1 to A1n, so on ANN. ANN means m equal to n, so order becomes n cross n. Then A is called a square matrix of order n or n square matrix. We can simply call it as n square matrix. We need not write it as n cross n because it is obvious, right? Now the elements A11, A22, A and n are called diagonal elements. That means these elements, see, these elements are called the diagonal elements where you can find I equal to j. These elements are called the diagonal elements. Now sigma ai is called the trace of it. This is an extremely important concept which will be used in solving various numericals based on matrices. I'll be discussing this in the later sections, maybe in the future sessions in fact. So trace is equal to sigma ai where summation varies over I, that is a11, a22, so on ann. Okay, next we have the scalar matrix. Scalar matrix is one whose diagonal elements are all equal, first thing, and all other entries are 0, right? Now we have matrix of this type. See, all elements except the diagonal elements, see, these are the diagonal elements, these are non-zero and these are equal, in fact 5, 5, 5, and rest of the elements are zeros. So mathematically we can write it as aij is equal to 0 when I is not equal to j, that is the non-diagonal elements have to be zeros, while the diagonal elements have to be any constant but same. All the diagonal elements should be same. Next is triangular matrix. Triangular matrix is very important and quite confusing too. Triangular matrices can be divided into two parts. See, lower triangular matrix and upper triangular matrix. A square matrix, first thing is we need a square matrix in which all the elements below the principal diagonal is called upper triangular matrix, right? And a square matrix in which all the elements above the principal diagonal are 0 is called lower triangular matrix. Mathematically we can write it as, we need a square matrix, we have already discussed. Then for upper triangular we need aij is 0, I greater than j, aij is 0 for I less than j. Then we have lower triangular matrix. Now let me explain you this because this is quite confusing. You might get confused while learning this. See, when we have upper triangular matrix, just remember that above the diagonal element, suppose these are the diagonal elements, these elements should be non-zero. Not necessarily non-zero, what we need is these elements should be 0, right? If these elements are zeros, then we have upper triangular matrix. You can learn it as upper triangular matrix mein the above elements, that is the elements above the principal diagonal are non-zeros. Below elements are zeros, and converse holds true for lower triangular matrix. Then we have the concept of strictly triangular matrix. Now a triangular, similarly as we have triangular matrix can be divided into two, strictly triangular can also be divided into two, strictly lower triangular and strictly upper triangular. So when we have strictly lower triangular matrix, again lower triangular, the concept of lower triangular matrix will hold good. Strictly means just if aii equal to 0 for every I. aii equal to 0 means the diagonal elements are also 0. As I explained in this example, instead of ABC, if we have 0, 0, 0, all these zeros and any kind of elements over here, this will be strictly upper triangular matrix. Okay, so we have an example for upper triangular and lower triangular matrices. As I explained, these are the diagonal elements. See, these diagonal elements are non-zeros, right? So this is not a strictly triangular matrix. Now above elements are anything, lower elements are zeros, that means this is upper triangular matrix. So this is an example of upper triangular matrix, while this is an example of lower triangular matrix. Next we have a diagonal matrix. A square matrix, again a square matrix of any order with 0 elements everywhere except on the main diagonal is called a diagonal matrix. So what is the mathematical representation of a diagonal matrix? Suppose we have a square matrix. See, n cross n order means a square matrix. A square matrix is said to be a diagonal matrix if aij is 0 whenever I is not equal to j. Whenever I is not equal to j means non-diagonal elements, right? So here we have an example for a diagonal matrix of order 3 cross 3. See, the diagonal elements are non-zeros and all other elements except on the principal diagonal are zeros. So this is an example of diagonal matrix. Let me take another example for diagonal matrix. Any matrix, say we have elements 1, 2 and rest are zeros, this becomes a diagonal matrix. So you can write this matrix as A equal to, write DIAG, that means diagonal, and just write the diagonal elements. This is a representation, another representation in fact, of a diagonal matrix. Next is the identity matrix. Identity matrix, all of you must be knowing, has something to do with the identity 1. So again a diagonal matrix. What do you mean by a diagonal matrix? We have just discussed. Diagonal matrix means elements on the diagonal have to be something, and except on the diagonal all we have zeros. A diagonal matrix of order n which has unity for all its elements is called a unit matrix. That means there is a matrix, square matrix A is a unit matrix if aij is 1, I equal to j means diagonal, not equal to j means non-diagonal, right? So we have an example, diagonal elements are 1, non-diagonal elements are 0. So this is an identity matrix of order 3 simply. Okay, now we have horizontal and vertical matrices. Okay, you must be knowing what is the horizontal direction. Horizontal is sideways, this way, right? And vertical is standing position, this way. So if I write a matrix 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, this is a horizontal matrix. Why? What is the order of this matrix? Suppose we have 2 rows, cross number of columns is 3, right? This is a horizontal matrix, this is m, this is n, we have n greater than m. This is what is said in the definition. A matrix of order m cross n is a horizontal matrix if n is greater than m, right? A matrix, similarly, a matrix of order m cross n is a vertical matrix if we have the opposite, m is greater than n. Suppose 1, 2, 2 rows, 1 column, m greater than n, vertical matrix. Quite simple, right? Okay, I've already discussed all the various types of matrices. Again, we'll be discussing. This is a recap kind of. So row matrix is like a horizontal matrix. A matrix is only one row. Okay. The difference between row matrix and horizontal matrix is, horizontal matrix is where we had mn, c, d, e, f, right? So number of rows is 2, number of columns is 3. We had this number, it should be greater than this. Matlab number of columns should be greater than number of rows. But what is a row matrix? Row matrix is which has only one row like this, right? Okay, column matrix, only one column. This is quite simple. Square matrix, a matrix with same number of rows. We have already discussed 2 rows, 2 columns, square matrix. Zero matrix is simply a matrix which has all its elements as 0. Okay, so this is all from my end in this session. I hope you would have understood all the concepts of matrices, but this is not sufficient. As you know, mathematics is all about practice, so I would advise you to practice good number of questions on this topic so as to be able to master it, right? And do stay tuned for my future sessions also. I'll be discussing various other like algebra of matrices, the concepts of determinants, various properties of matrices and determinants in my future sessions. Thank you.